Thanks for being here with us this morning on Good Day Stateline. Let's roll right into this one. I have two amazing men here to talk with us today about the Vets Roll program and their experiences. Welcome, Ted Long and Jim Anderson. Thank you guys so much for coming today.
Well, you're
Glad to be here.
Before we talk about how awesome this program is, we want to thank you from all of us at Good Day Stateline and WTVO. Thank you so much for your service to our country. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And appreciate that you stopped by to tell us about this cool program. So Ted, let's start with you. Tell me about your military background.
I was in the Army. I went in 1946, took my basic in Aberdeen, Maryland, shipped me straight to Japan. Got there on New Year's Eve, froze to death that night because they gave us one cot and one blanket, and it was colder than heck. But then they sent us down to the southern island. I just went blank.
That's okay.
And I was in the 24th Division, the 21st Army, and it was in the Army. But then I ended up in the motor pool as a mechanic.
Okay.
And spent my time as a mechanic in the motor pool, and just kind of in the occupation of Japan. If you went, we were in Kumamoto, which is a city of about 100,000 people, and was kind of interesting because they were very poor, very nice people. We had no problems, but you couldn't go downtown unless you had at least 2 or 3 fellas.
Okay.
Okay.
And how many years did you serve?
I was there, I was a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Jim, tell us about your military experience.
Yes, when Ted and I were going in the service, we knew that the government demanded that you go in. And so I got out of high school, I was 17. I was going to go in for 2 years, and they said, no, you can't. You have to go in for 3 because of your age. So I went in for 3 years and spent 2.5 years in Germany and was able to visit all of the countries in Europe. So I had a great time in the service.
That's an incredible part of being part of the military, is being able to travel and see part of the world that you maybe wouldn't have had.
And there was one thing I forgot. I got through Hiroshima and Nagasaki both on our way down.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Very interesting, very incredible. So you're here to tell us a little bit about the Vets Roll program, which some people probably don't know anything about it. So what do you think? What do you think is the most important thing for people to know?
Well, it's a free program for the veterans. And when I went, there was 200 veterans, 67 supporters, people and medical people went along. We had 10 buses. We had 4 days. Didn't cost the veterans a dime. It was all free, first class all the way.
Wow.
Which was fantastic. We got to see all the memorials, and it was just unbelievably planned. It was unbelievable how great it was planned, and the service was great, and the people were great. And I got to make this comment. In the World War II memorial, I think the thing that got through to me most was they had a wall on the one side with stars on it, and one star represented 100 guys that got killed in World War II. There was 4,048 stars. Wow. Now that'll bring tears to your eyes. You know, it's just, that was just part of the memorial. And I'll just shut up and let Jim do some talking.
All right, Jim.
Yeah, I knew Ted. I knew he went on this trip.
Okay.
And so I decided to check into it, and I thought I would volunteer to be a helper. Well, because of my age, they said you can't be a helper, but you can go along for free. And I kind of think I didn't deserve it, because I was in peacetime, and there were a lot of vets that have never been able to take this opportunity. But I was very humbled by how well they treated us. Everything was paid for, and the Mark Finnegan is the fellow that kind of keeps putting things together, the fundraisers and so forth. We had 10 bus loads, like Ted said. They had 25 vets on or so, plus support people. And if if you thought you could walk half a mile, you could start, and if you couldn't finish it, they were right there with a wheelchair or whatever you needed. They just took care of you incredibly well.
That sounds like an incredible trip, and there's actually a fundraiser coming up in just a few weeks for the future Vets Roll, right?
Yes.
Right.
And that's April 27th at the Camp Grant Museum at the Command Post Restaurant right here in Rockford from 1 to 3. What if maybe you guys come back again around Memorial Day?
Well, after I went on this trip, I'm also have been part of the fair board for the county fair, and we have some booths that we use for fundraisers and so forth. And after I went on the trip, I said the Vets Roll has to have a booth out here, and they just have information on it. And it's surprising. People will come up and talk to you, and then they'll say, well, I'm not going to go on it. And I said, no, you need to do this. You need to see this. And they'll sign up and go for free. Everything's taken care of. That
sounds incredible. Thank you so much for being here. Vetsroll.org. I just looked at your shirt. I know where to send everybody.
Yes.
Vetsroll.org. For any more information, I'm sure they can catch the awesome video that I watched. That was really, really great to experience the trip as well. So we'll talk to you guys again soon, okay?
Okay.
All
Fine.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Later in the show, Michelle Markham is getting crafty with bristle and timber. But first, did you miss any previous Good Day Stateline shows? You can find them right now at gooddaystateline.com. We'll be right back with more.